evening. Yet another no-bid COVID contract is raising serious questions about who's minding the store when it comes to your money.
Yeah, for months now, our News Channel 5 Investigates team has raised questions about the tens of millions of dollars that Governor Bill Lee's administration is spending on its pandemic response. As our chief investigative reporter Phil Williams discovered, there's virtually no oversight over how that money is spent.
We have generated approximately $1.7 billion for health systems all across the United States. So we should celebrate that number. That's an amazing number.
If you were a hospital needing help with medical billing, Extend Healthcare out of Hendersonville was for some the place to turn. A company whose training sessions made billing hospital patients seem like fun. Among the company's clients, a West Tennessee hospital chain where State Health Commissioner Lisa Piercy once served as executive vice president.
The state was looking for some kind of way to have the manpower to do this contact tracing.
Nashville Public Radio reporter Blake Farmer recently dug up this no-bid contract that Piercy's department gave to Extend to follow up with those getting COVID tests and perform contact tracing to determine who else might have been affected. Cost to taxpayers? $20 million.
There don't seem to have been any bids for this $20 million contract. And of course, the company didn't have much experience.
For Extend, supplying contact tracers has been a sweet deal.
The going rate seems to be about $16 an hour that contact tracers for Extend or anyone else is making. But Extend Healthcare is charging the state nearly $40 an hour for their work. And that's even though these folks are working from home, they're even using their own personal computers.
$40 an hour, that's quite the markup.
Yeah, and they're also charging even higher rates for their managers and any of the clinical staff.
You don't just throw all the rules and standards out the window just because it's an emergency.
But our investigation has discovered that's exactly what happened among the contracts. This no-bid contract with Nomi Health for COVID testing. Total cost, $26.5 million. Our investigation discovered that Piercy steered the contract to Nomi, a politically connected company with no experience, over the objection of career state employees.
Entering into a $25 million no-bid contract with a company with a lack of experience over the objections of the professional staff of the agency is one of the most shocking things that I've seen in my time in state government.
We were operating under an emergency procurement process.
The Lee administration also ordered up face masks from a North Carolina sock manufacturer without giving any other company a chance to bid. Cost to taxpayers? More than $8 million. Because these deals are being handed out during a declared state of emergency, auditors with the comptroller's office are not consulted like they might be on other state contracts to make sure they are on the up and up.
Thank you for your consideration today.
But the legislature's Fiscal Review Committee, which is supposed to monitor no-bid contracts, has largely been sidelined.
Is the Fiscal Review Committee being notified about all of these no-bid contracts?
I have not, on a staff level, been notified about them.
Krista Karsner is the executive director for the committee, which was created following a contracting scandal involving former Governor Don Sundquist, exposed by News Channel 5 Investigates 20 years ago. In fact, state law only requires committee notification of no-bid contracts where the contracts are for $200,000 or more and for more than 1 year.
When you're in an emergency situation, the authority of the Fiscal Review Committee is limited.
If a contract has been awarded that should not have been awarded, the committee cannot do anything about that.
They do not have the power to actually stop or prevent a contract.
So we're grateful for the work that's been done.
In Utah, the governor who was first to enter into a controversial no-bid contract with Nomi Health announced in May that his state would return to normal bidding processes. But Governor Bill Lee told us he has no such plans.
That is in the midst of a state of emergency, which continues to this day, and that will continue to happen during a state of emergency.
Phil Williams, News Channel 5 Investigates.
Bill, thank you. A lot of what we know comes from tips from people inside who know about these no-bid deals. You can send us your confidential tips as well. The email address is investigate@newschannel5.com.